Hi everyone, my name is Ndupe Teresa. I'm from Guidance School Nigeria 805 batch 2017 08 18 12 group 16 circle 1. My mentor's name is Mentor Melody Robimbo. I'm here to present a business game for my group, for my circle, titled Introduction and Establishment of Global in Thailand. The names of my group is Group 16 Circle 1. The members' names are yet to be compiled. When they are compiled, you see it on this screen. Then we're given a task. Our first task says you've received all the information needed in order to become managers, leaders in the global community. Now you have an important task. Enter in a new country and develop global there. This new country will be Thailand. As starting resources, we were given the internet, a team, knowledge received in the school, $50,000. Within an hour, you have to develop a plan of action for a week, specifying the number of registrations and deposits achieved over the period. A brief information about Thailand. Thailand has a population of 68 million with a working class of 63.9 million. Bangkok, as a major city in Thailand, has a population of 8.2 million people. The currency used in Thailand is called Thai baht. The exchange rate of dollar to baht is $1 to 34 baht. The minimum wage in Thailand is 300 baht, which is approximately $9. Then the population is 68.1 million as at 2016. The language spoken in Thailand is called Thai, and the most practiced religion is Buddhism. Their currency is Thai baht. Then the mission for the first week, we were asked to create a website tagged to thailandmmm.net, to create a social media advert via Facebook, YouTube channels, and so on and so forth. We also have a targeted audience for each presentation that will require about 500 persons. High-speed broadband network for communication, training guides and managers, and dissemination of ideology. To monetize YouTube channel and create videos of happiness and other videos on the website page. Now, the SWOT analysis for Thailand. We have the strengths, the weaknesses, the opportunities, and the threats. As for the strengths, we have juicy incentives and bonuses, highly innovative, creative, and knowledgeable leaders, no central accounts. For the weaknesses, we have language disability, no guarantees or assurances, not a physical entity. For the opportunities, we have increasing income for citizens of Thailand, creating a fair financial platform for Thai citizens. And for the threats, we have anti-bloggers and media houses, government and regulatory agencies, induced panic as a result of misguided information. So we're asked to organize about 25 awareness seminar tagged Together We'll Change the World, employ the services of protocol officers and 5 interpreters, share handbills, flyers, and posters. To gain acceptance, we'll introduce indigenous into leadership. Registration target number of 100 persons per day and 500 persons 5 days. Introduce the ideology of and so on and so forth. So the proposed budgets for the first week, you can check it out on this page as being written and analyzed. But the proposed budgets we have down is $50,000, the total expenditure of $12,600, and a net balance budget of $7,400. For the tax 2, we're asked, is titled A Week Has Passed, We Are 4 Men. The average contribution of a participant to the structure is around $300. Under the regulation of MMM Global, you must provide at least 30% growth in terms of participants' payments, starting with the first contribution. So our task is to calculate how many new members and contributions we have to ensure in the next 3 weeks in order to be able to make the required payments to the older participants. It is necessary to write down our plans of action for the next 3 weeks under the above conditions stated, point out what resources you need and how you are going to use them, the number of new participants and money raised during this period, what extra costs will you have and how to attract them. So the plan action is 1, to encourage referral activity, to encourage participants to share growth of their Marvel on social media platforms, to hold online conferences and seminars, train support personnel or CRO, to establish a low-cost online support center. Then the methodology, the calculation of new members needed with their contributions. The average donation is $300. Number of registered participants is 500. So amount donated by the participants will be 500 times by 300, which will give us $150. So if you go through this my file, you'll see the calculations written down below. So the resources needed to register new members are to train more people to become guiders, to organize additional seminars, media adverts, one-on-one campaign approach, incentives for participants with the highest number of referrals, upload testimonials of participants who have benefited from MMM in various countries. So proposed budget for the 3rd week. We have transactions and amounts, accommodation, feeding. Just go through the file, you will get all the required information. So the balance after the first week is $37,400. 3 weeks expenditure $16,300. Balance is balance is $21,100. So the tax tree where it reads a month has passed, you are hundreds, the same plan for another month on the basis of the results of previous calculations, taking into account the dynamics of growth, that is the number of new participants and contributions for the next 4 weeks. Methodology, the total participant for the first week is 500 and for 3 weeks is 1,500 participants. Therefore, for a month, which is 4 weeks, we'll have 1,500 plus 500, which is equal to 2,000 members. For a month, we have 2,000 participants. We have 2,000 participants. Assuming half of the participants that registered in the first 4 weeks referred average of 2 participants each, therefore half of the 2,000 is 1,000. Bringing average of 2 participants each will be 1,000 times 2, which will give us 2,000 participants extra. For the next 4 weeks, at the initial growth rate will be new members plus referred participants, that is 2,000 plus 2,000, we'll be having like 4,000 participants who will be registered at the end of the 4th weeks with the average contribution of $3,000. Therefore, 4,000 by $300 will have $1.2 million. The amount the participants will donate in the next 4 weeks will be $1.2 million. Then what are the approaches? 1, renewal of presentation venue. Seminars will also be organized, media adverts, ongoing intensive training of new guiders who will help in spreading ideology of MMM in Thailand. The proposed budgets for the 2nd month, transaction amounts. If you go through my file, you will see it as stated. The balance after the 1st month is $21,100. Total expenditure for 2nd month is $9,600. And the balance after the 2nd month is $21,100 minus $9,600 will give us an amount of $11,500. So for the tax 4, it's reads after 2 months you have the number of participants and deposit that you have calculated. Now you can calculate what you need to organize within the next month. A week after the start of the month, there is the local holiday in Thailand, which is celebrated during a week. respectively. In this period, the activity of registration falls by 75%. Make a plan of action for a month, what resources and how you should use them, the right amount of contributions and participants for the development of the system. This was our task for the 4th week. So my methodology, the objective here actually is to make up for the 75% MMM registration loss during the month. Weekly target registration was 500 participants in a week, and registration dropped by 75%. Therefore, 75 divided by 100 times 500 will give us 373. Registration will drop from 500 to 125. That is, if you minus 500, if you minus 375 from 500, you have 125. We need to make up for the fall in participants of 375. Therefore, the number of participants for the next 3 weeks in the month will need to be increased by 375. To meet up with this plan, we need an increase in number of members by 375. Therefore, 375 plus 500 will give us 875. Now for the month, we will have 125 plus 875 plus 875 plus 875, which will give us 2,750. Contribution expected over the month will be 2,750 new participants with an average donation of $300, as in $300, which is if we calculate it, we say 2,750 participants times by 300 donation from each. We'll be having an amount of $825. What resources needed to increase the number of resources needed to increase the number of registered members. 1. We would key into every aspect of the celebration during the holiday period. By so doing, we will take advantage of the crowd and sell into their hearts the ideology of MMM. Secondly, we will organize more seminars. Thirdly, train and empower more participants to become managers and leaders. Fourth, to offline and online media adverts. That's like, for instance, bulk SMS, use of social media platform. Fifth, to encourage the community to be more active participants in MMM by regular PH and GH. 6. Regularly reaching out to members to resolve some technical issues they may be facing. 7. Encourage participants to engage potential participants in mutual talks about MMM. And lastly, to maintain constant link with the members of the community. So the proposed budget, looking at what I have here, you see the transactions and amounts, accommodation, feeding, transportation, etc. So balance after the second month, we'll have $11,500, total expenditure $6,800, and then a balance, if you minus $100,500 from $6,800, we'll have $4,700. Then for the tax 5, it reads, task to accomplish. Your plan didn't work out. You do not have enough new registrations and new deposits to cover the cost of the current deposits. To cover the cost of the current cost of deposits, it is necessary to analyze the plan of actions in these situations. What are the resources? How many participants, contributions, and so on and so forth are needed to get the situation resolved? Due to lack of funds, there are delays in payments. The older participants, seeing that neither make their own contributions nor attract members. Objectives: 1. Analyze the plan of action in this situation. 2. The resources needed. 3. The number of participants. 4. Contribution needed to resolve the situation. 5th, constraints. Methodology: if our plan to register 875 participants in a week didn't work, instead we're only able to register 300 members every week. For the month, we registered only week 1 plus week 2 plus week 3 and week 4, which will be equal to 125 plus 300 plus 300 plus 300, therefore giving us 1,025 new members who were registered for the previous month, which is too low from the estimated target. 1,025 new members with an average contribution of $300 is 1,025 by 300, which gives us $307,500. In order to meet up with the payment of old members, we need additional 1,725 participants to balance the previous month with average contribution of $300. So 1,725 by 300 will give us an estimate of $517,500. Resources needed are 1. Aggressive media campaign and social media adverts. 2. Intensive efforts in seminar presentation in other regions not covered by MMM. 3rd, train more guiders to work the team. 4th, to meet online and offline with participants or post information online regarding the situation on ground. Also, we need to organize a conference meeting with participants, informing them of the situation to avoid widespread panic and misinformation. The proposed budget for this, looking at what I have here, the transaction and amounts, transportation and logistics, media adverts, if you go through, you see it's well compiled here. So beginning from the beginning balance, we have $4,700. Our total expenditure, $3,900. Balance at hand, $800. Note that at the end of tax 5, we would have $800 balance. So for the tax 6, it reads, during this month, delay in payment increased to 7 days. Referral activity almost reduced to 0. The old members do not attract anyone and do not make contributions to. In virtue of this situation, a pause mode is implemented in which all the old marvels are frozen and will be available for withdrawal when the situation will right itself. New deposits grow as per old conditions, which means are not frozen and available as usual. Make a plan of action for another month. Resources, contribution, and members etc. So for the lights of tax for tax 6, we have 1. The delay in payments increased to 7 days. Referral activities reduced to 0. The old members do not attract anyone, and the old members do not make contributions anymore. Okay, now let's picture this scenario. Assuming payment delay increases to 7 days as a result of failure to register required number of participants in time for payment. Find out that only 10 participants registered from seminars being carried out. Average contribution of $3,000 by 10 members will give us average contribution of $300 by 10 members will give us $3,000 payment. $3,000. Payment is still highly deficient. Payments are paused completely and apply methodology. The problem analysis. As a team, we'll be looking at these issues holistically and possibly identify the reasons for the problems stated above. Based on experience, we can easily deduce that the common reason for these issues are as follows. 1. When outflow is higher than inflow. 2. When the dispatcher system is technically faulty. 3. When a panic is induced through misinformation or fabrication. Now, what are the solutions? As a team, we shall be taking advantage of the pause period which has been implemented to strategize for the coming month in line with the following action plans in order to remedy the past challenges. 1. Holding meetings with all the guiders and participants explaining why the pause mode is necessary. 2. Encourage participants to register for guiders school. 3. To continue being active in all social networks and disclaim false information. 4. To continue with the media adverts. 5. Assurance to all participants that they won't lose their initial deposit but payment will be delayed. 6. Continue seminars and increasing targets per week. 7. We shall be penetrating into other cities in Bangkok where we have little or no presence. 8. Fixing the dispatcher technical faults. 9. Deliberate action towards image redemption by paying on time and engaging in more community corporate social responsibility. 9. Engaging in more aggressive campaign and awareness on the planned seminars. 10. Initiating the referral bonus of 10%. 11. Selecting and training more MMM managers or guiders. Resources needed. 1. Social media awareness. 2. Arrange for seminars. 3. Sharing of flyers and standing of banners. 4. Cost of training new participants. For the tax 7, it reads, Your efforts have been insufficient to reverse the situation. A restart took place. All the old marvels are removed. We start to work from the beginning. Serious negative impacts of the members and unfavorable responses. 1 or 2 negative articles in the mass media, and you have to make a fresh start in such conditions. Plans of action are under specified condition for a month. Now, the plans of actions are as follows. 1. Reintroduction of MMM to residents and emphasize to them the MMM ideology and how it works. 2. To encourage new participants to provide help and to refer more. 3. Introduction of other forms of bonuses, example, video of happiness, guider, referral, holidays, etc. 4. Give ourselves a fresh participant target and contribution for a month to be $1.2 million, and this will be achieved through intensified offline and online aggressive adverts and efforts of leaders. We will budget the sum of Fifth, we'll budget the sum of $10,000 for the month towards organizing 25 seminars, 10 road shows across different cities in Thailand, and advertising through bulk SMS, social corporate responsibility, and charity. The budget also covers all other regular costs such as flyers and banners, printing, hiring of projects, hiring of the hall, venue, provision for writing pads and pen and refreshments. Money will be recovered from adverts or traffic on our social platform. Approach. 1. Confront the situation and talk to members so they see needs to understand the restart of the system. Secondly, be patient and answer all members' questions even if it's negative, and explain the situation. Third, we will think of good solutions to make all the members calm down. Fourth, we educate participants on the threats faced by MMM and how to prevent them, teach them to protect MMM and help it thrive. Fifth, we'll try and calm down nerves and make members see a new hope and future in MMM. 6. To still provide help and let the members see that you lead by example. 7. To share testimonial videos. 8. To always be a good leader or manager. And 9. To emphasize the essence of being a help provider to the community. MMM Thailand, together we'll change the world. I still remain your very good member and colleague, Ndukwe Teresa. Thank you very much.